This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we're going to be reviewing vintage Chanel shows. Well, one in particular to start off the series. And if you like what you see, we could do more. Let me know in the comment section down below and thumb up this video to let me know that you like this type of content. We're going to be reviewing Chanel's Spring-Summer 1995 fashion show. This fashion show is from the Fashion Channel YouTube channel, and so it falls under fair use because I shall be reviewing it, and it is used for educational purposes. So YouTube, don't come after me. This does fall under fair use. I have added copyright-free music on top of the show, so it's not the same music as is used by the other channel. And bear in mind also that in the 90s, shows were a little bit longer than they are today. There was a little bit more time given and dedicated to the character, charisma, and charm of the models in particular, and the clothes felt like they were moving more. So before we get to the video and the review of the video, if you like my content on my channel, consider subscribing now to my YouTube channel. Push the join button next to the subscription button if you want to become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, become a patron today, and also gain access to extra perks. Thank you to all the patrons and members who have already pledged. And thank you to my co-chatters and co-reviewers who are live with me now. The sidebar of this video. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual studio audience. And so we are going to be reviewing it together. I am wearing Chanel for the occasion, all dolled up and ready. Oh, one thing is missing. To commemorate this occasion, I shall be spraying on a bit of my very well-aged Chanel number 22 Eau de Toilette. You see it has turned almost brown. Orange, actually, is the color of it. It's almost orange by now. It's the vanilla in there. So, just one spritz because this thing is potent. Oof. I am ready. Oh, okay. Claudia Schiffer, darling, show us your legs. Show us the attitude. But most importantly, my dear, throw me that goodie bag. That plastic goodie bag with the Chanel logo on it. Can I have it, Claudia? Can I have that brooch too? Can I have the belt? Can I have that bag? Can I have the camellias in your hair? Can I have the bag? Ah, give it! Thank you, Claudia! Oh, here they go. Oh, the simplicity of the looks. And yet, this is the Chanel we love. This is the Karl Lagerfeld that made Chanel big again. I'm telling ya. Carla Bruni. Hello, darling. I mean, this show lasts a bit longer than other shows that we see today. But as you can see, the clothes, they all look the same. Like literally, they're running down the runway, every colorway of the top possible. I love that. It's so tacky. Those Byzantine Maltese cross brooches to die for. These bubblegum colors. Give me that bag. Nadia Auermann, where's the bag? Yeah, throw me the bag. Come on. Oh, thank you. Linda Evangelista. Oh my God. I mean, look at them, all of them. Bam, 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 one after the other. Look at that tote, you guys. You guys, the tote. Oh, that beauty case in patent leather. They don't do those pinks anymore in that quality. They just don't do it. Not even at Chanel. Oh, that brooch again. It's worn underneath the belly button, but still. And the two, by the way, those camellias, Spring Summer 95, were made out of hair. Not real hair, but, you know, wig hair. The black ones not, but the blonde ones. I have these sunglasses in my archives, but the bubblegum pink version with yellow. Oh, those are to die for. Those didn't go into production. Not that I remember. I don't think they did. I think they were just like given away later as samples. the simplicity of it all, and yet you just... And look, we don't have to be the Grand Palais. We don't have to have a real water ocean in the background. We could have a little painted ocean in the background, 3 arches, simple little catwalk, nothing much. It's still magical. You don't need the big budget. You need the charisma. You need the character. That was the first part. Now we're opening the second part of the show. Okay, now I'm lost a little bit. I don't know who she is. She's obviously not a model. She's some personality, VIP, musician. Somebody tell me in the chat, who is this lady? Probably very famous in France, perhaps. But, I don't know. I don't know. But she, you know, has attitude. The wrong attitude, but whatever. Oh, those glasses. Oh, that no, the brooches. It's the brooches for me. It's the brooches for me. Oh, that's Verushka? Why was she so terrible? Are you sure? Something was off. Donatella Versace. Oh, madame. I'm loving the flashes of pop color. Oh, yeah, she stole it again. It fell. Somebody wanted to take it. She's like, oh, no, you don't. I'm taking it back with me. I'm not going to let you have it, Mr. Photographer. Again, here in the hair, we also have the... Yeah, this is made... No, this bow... Yeah, it's made out of hair as well, out of wig hair. Oh, that... Ooh, that over-the-shoulder boulder holder. Divine. Divine. That was Eva Herzegovina, wasn't it? Oh my gosh. Look at what Lagerfeld did. He went totally the opposite route of what Chanel would have ever had. Mini skirts, this short, she's turning in her grave right now. And every time somebody watches this show, she turns in her grave again. Because she's like, oh, hell no. But it does look good on them, you guys. These were the 90s, 1995. I mean, this was the time. This was so typical, you know. It's not like Chanel was the only brand to do this type of cuts. It was all over the place, but Chanel had that gorgeous twist of the pastels and of this particular tailoring, which is typical to Chanel, which made it so unique. Just in time for Easter, all of these pastels, isn't it? Or for going to the best friend's wedding and stealing the show. And the groom. Boom. I love a lilac. You can give me a lilac any day. Any day. Hello, Gorge. Helena Christensen, by the way. Helena is so beautiful. Still today. Oh my god. What's up with Claudia? Oh my god, she literally has legs like a Barbie doll. She's like, yeah, I know. She just said it. She's like, I know. And the hair, camellias. Oh, I saw them a couple of times on secondhand websites. I almost bought them, but then I was like, but I didn't. For my archives, I didn't buy them because it did look a bit gross because the hair starts peeling off because it's glued on to the sub layer. So it's a bit of a wonky thing after so many 30 years or what have you. Linda Evangelista. Ah, she's gorgeous. Come on. Give us everything, Linda. And she has quite a bad reputation too, but we don't care. She can be bad as much as she wants to. Why? Because she's Linda Evangelista. Naomi, is that you, darling? No. Was that Naomi, you guys? Linda is gorge, yes. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that tweed. Yes, for the hat. Yeah, use those pockets. Oh yes, show them how deep those pockets are. I got pockets in my little Chanel cardigan too. I know why you put those pockets there, Carl. Give us a moment. Yeah, the pocket moment. Of course. And you can only pull off a pocket moment when you have the short hair like she does. It's a thing. And now, oh, those shoes. I mean, you know, it's like a 90s version of a pinup. It's simple, you know what I mean? But there's something about it. It's just so magnetic. You just want to look at it. And it's like the same dress passing by the runway, but you're just like mesmerized by it. And really, in most of the cases, it's the brooches for me that do it. It's the brooches. Oh, she's to die for. There's Naomi. Hey, queen. Ooh, gorgeous. Look at those brooches. Bouncing. She's bouncing off the floor. Bouncing. And they're all like dressed the same and nobody cares anymore. It's chaos. Massive. Everybody. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Nutty. It's just like walking like, hey, here's the little boat. Let me give you a little twirl. And you know, and then she's like, I'm going to give you a little twirl too. And then she's like, what about me? Yes, I can do it too. There you go. Wow, models, such a hard job. And then she's like, I'm a little bit depressed, but look, I'm gonna give you a twirl. Ha. What do you think about that? Yeah? Well, okay. Then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now because you didn't appreciate that twirl. So I'm leaving. Oh, did you appreciate it after all? No, you didn't? Okay, no, I'm leaving. Okay, I'm leaving. And she's like, okay, am I gonna go left or right? I don't know. Oh, where should I go? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna, no, okay, there you go. You see the time that they're giving us? They would never edit a fashion show like this today. It would have been like snippy snappy. You wouldn't even remember the pieces by the time it was over. Here comes our Barbie doll, Claudia Schiffer, again. She looks a little bit tipsy, but we're loving you tipsy. Claudia Schiffer is an interesting example. She wasn't much back then, but she aged so well. This is a woman that looks prettier and prettier with every passing year. She ages well like a fine wine. Claudia Schiffer looks much better today than she did back then. Carla Bruni, I've heard stories about you, girl. Let's just leave it at that. Nadia, skinny bitches. Linda. Oh, yeah, touch that brooch, girl. Oh, open that zipper all the way to the brooch. And don't show your cockroach. I'm on a roll. Not on a payroll, just on a roll. Oh, the glitz and the glam. Yeah, I think she like has to rush back. It looks like she needs to go to the loo. The glittery one in the back. She's like, okay, one last turn, but then I got to go. I really got to go. And the photographers all pushing each other in the front row. Oh, it's hilarious. I'm just loving this. MK says, but I do vividly remember most of the French high street brands such as Agnes B, Aritza Bros, oh my god, I can't even read anymore, or Bill Tomate did replicate this style at the time. Oh, she's like, oh, it's so hot in here. Let me see. Oh, wow, look at her. They taught her how to put stuff in a bag. Look at her. She's one of those models that learned way more things to do. Way to go, girl. Look at you. Clever. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. And, oh, she did it, you guys. She did it. So proud of you. I love this print, by the way. With the lips and the double C's. Yes, I'm a sucker for this. I love this print. This 90s easy, simple print with Carl's sketches of shoes. Oh. You guys, those were the days. Those were the days. And I mean, look how they flattened that poor bag. I was like, whatever, guys. Just get out there with that bag. No matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it looks bad. Whatever. Just go out with the bag. Squished for the gods. Those were the days, you know. If that bag went down the runway today, it would cost you 4K. Oh, little rhyme. Next portion of the fashion show. As if they needed to distinguish portions, everything was the same until and the camera's like, okay, let's set up a different mood. Like, let's find a different angle. Same angle again. And Claudia opening for the third time in a row the next segment. Because Carl was obsessed with her back then. She's like, am I going to show you something or not? I mean, this robe / towel to die for. I want to live in this night and day. I want to live in this, eat in this, bathe in this, sleep in this. I want to die in this. Okay? That fluffy, soft bathrobe / towel / vest. Take me now. Take me now. Oh man, it's so dangerous to watch these because they just make you love Chanel even more, and then they just make you like go like, okay, take all my money. I don't care. Just take all my money. Take it already. Oh, those glasses. Yeah, those glasses. Yes, you did. You did wear them. And Carla's like, I'm the skinniest. Yeah, you are, but you ain't the prettiest. Oh, wow. The chocolate skin with this neon green. To die for. Did you see that, guys? How beautiful was that combination? Oof. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Oh, wow. Nobody else could have pulled it off like her. Look at Queen. Oh, that was wasn't that delicious? Beautiful. That was so beautiful. Oh, yet another segment. So I guess now it's evening time. No more bathing suits. Now we're ready to go to dinner. After we've been out and about at La Playa. Those brooches though, you guys, somebody send a contribution to the Fashion Bunker. Send your vintage Chanel brooches to the Fashion Bunker archives from spring summer 1995. We are open now to receive your brooches from Chanel spring summer 1995. I mean, it's the camellias in the hair that do it for me in this case, because I mean, let's face it, like the outfits are what they, I mean, you know. But still, they're beautiful. You know what? It's the simplicity of them that just, and it only works because you have supermodels. This would not work if you dressed, you know, these basic bimbos of today that nobody, you know, with no character. What, put a simple outfit like this on a person with no character and they disappear. Like, you need a contrast to make this work. And this could have only worked back then because it was a whole different concept of expressing oneself, representing oneself. You know what I mean? Living. Oh, Claudia, how are you, darling? She looks a bit moody here, doesn't she? She's a bit tired. She's like, damn, they're making me come out again for the 5th time. Oh, so cute with her little Barbie feet. I mean, she is Barbie. She's Barbie. Come on. Like nobody, no other person looks as much as a Barbie like she does. Incredible, incredible, incredible. She's like, where's my chicken? I have to make dinner tonight. Where did the chicken go? And everybody's like, Nadia, it's on your head. It's nesting on your head. She's like, I'm gonna find my chicken. Yeah, it's on your head. Naomi's like, I look better with the camellias in my hair. And ooh, wait, is that chiffon silk? What was that thing hanging from the back? These net Overalls are really gorgeous. I mean, of course, you have to have a body for sin, uh, which they do, so this works. But I wonder how many of these pieces did Chanel actually, these sheer translucent pieces, did they actually sell once they hit boutiques? Because, I mean, let's face it, well, they were different times. I don't know. Today, I don't think many. I mean, yeah, you would have those, you know. I mean, it's the body and the way that they're walking and the way that they're styled, so it does look elegant, you know. It depends who wears it, you know. This would look extremely slutty, and I have nothing against slutty, you guys. I love my slutty, but vulgar in a bad way if the wrong person wore it. And I think today there's just a lot of wrong people out there, so be wary of that. Okay, I am such a sucker for this old school Chanel style, like the bandeau in the head with a flower on top in the middle. It's just so cocoa to a point where it doesn't get more cocoa. And it's a bit lame to have that thing in the hair like that, but it's just so beautiful. It's just so indicative of, it's a Chanelism in its purest form. This looks good on them, but I'm not really feeling this portion. It's like a couple of those pieces that are like, you know, we need also a couple of those simple, easy selling pieces, jackets and blah, blah, blah. Now this is to die for, but this is not Chanel. Okay, maybe the one to the right a bit more. This one here to the left, this model here, this is not Chanel. It's very 90s, it's very fashion forward for the 90s, but it could have been anything. It could have been Versace, it could have been Dolce & Gabbana, it could have been Rocco Barocco. Of course, the hair pieces make it Chanel, obviously, but these kind of twirly bits around the belly and stuff, that... Carl, it does look beautiful, but you can't just put a belt on it with a CC logo and camellias in the hair and call it a Chanel piece. He got away with it. Oh, he got away with a lot. And more power to him for getting away with it. But why did he get away with it? Because he had the charisma. Because when the show is over and the lights turned on, spotlights on him, he delivered interviews, shows, you know, attitude, darling, attitude, which Virginie Viard today doesn't have. And I love the fact that she's more shy and reserved, but Chanel needs character. Here again, what makes it for me is the hair camellia in the hair and the white camellia on the chest for Claudia Schiffer. The bow tie, no. Cute that the three of them are walking together, all three with the bow tie, but it's just... not feeling it for Chanel, but cute if it were not Chanel. Very Lolita in a weird, sick way. Patent, leather, or pleather, and Chanel. I'll let it pass because it was the 90s. And this was in particularly like 90s trying to do the 50s. It's like something Moschino would make today. It's not something Franco Moschino would have made back then. Well, he was dead by then already, but... Okay, so this little lady here, she was the costume jewelry designer for Chanel. What's her name? Somebody knows in the chat. I always forget her name. She has a very long name. And she was amazing. She left shortly after this, and she went on to do jewelry for Dior. I don't know what she's doing right now. That camellia fell off her, I think. It's like ripping into the front. I don't know, that fell off. all this stuff in the hair. 90s. But you see what I mean? Like, they were not very selective in terms of styling the show. They're like, let's show everything, every variation of everything we have, which in a way is what you need to do because that's the catalog for your collection, right? But now the system has changed, the strategy has changed. You don't show off every piece like this in every variation and every colorway you got in every minuscule difference in cut that you have. Like now you do selection and the rest is photographed. Yes, MK, it's Victoire de Castellane. Yes, and I love her costume jewelry for Chanel. Carl took her immediately with him when he came to Chanel, and then like 10 years later she left. And that was her on the runway, Miss Castellane. I have a couple of her pieces for Chanel from the 80s and the 90s. Great piece. I mean, all of these brooches that I'm dying for, you know, these Byzantine and Maltese crosses, she designed them. Okay, Claudia is like, I'm ready to go to bed now. You see, she was moody before, now she's like, I'm in my PJs. I'm in my negligee. I'm ready to go to bed now. But first I'm going to show you how cute I look. And then I'm going to go to bed. That's like typical Barbie attitude, isn't it? She's like, look how cute I am. I'm going to go to bed. I'm really tired. It's like, yeah. And off she goes. She's going to twirl one more time, isn't she? Because she's feeling her oats. Yeah. And more evening dresses, but they're all the same, you know? Dear God, there is more, says Candy Fluff. Yes. Yes, it never ends. And this is the amount of stuff that... Oh, is that Coco on the belt? Who's on the belt? It never ends. And I mean, collections are this big in the shops as well, but they just make a more tight selection on the runways. But I also have to say, back in the day, they were also producing more than they are today. But were they though? And here's the twist. They were actually not. It's just that back in the day, there were less collections a year than there are today. Today we have way more collections. So more is produced. So they can spread it out. So here, let's say, you know, they're presenting us, I don't know how many, 80 pieces. Now maybe they would do 50. But they would have more shows a year, you know. Back then they already had cruise, but you know, Métier d'Art came later. They have their snow collection now as well. They had pre-collections back in the day as well, but on a regular basis, not so sure. So now Chanel has pre-spring summer, main spring summer, pre-fall winter, main fall winter, cruise collection, Métier d'Art, the snow collection, haute couture winter, haute couture summer, and sometimes a capsule collection like they did with the person who shall remain unnamed. Up to 10 collections a year, you guys. That's the state of things we're at right now with Chanel. Back in the day, there were no 10 collections a year, but more pieces per collection. Now things have evolved and changed. For the better, you be the judge of that. Special effects come through budget. Well, look at those colors. And think about the Spring Summer 2021 show. That's the exact same color pattern that they used for their Chanel Meets Movies in Hollywood. Come through budget. I mean, look, they would cut this out in a normal show, you know. Ow, total look, you guys. Strike a pose. The dude is carrying Michelle Pfeiffer. Really, seriously, Dacob. Michelle Pfeiffer, are you kidding me? Claudia Schiffer. And there is Victoire de Castellane again. She's so cute. She's so happy. She's always like, yes, I'm cute. See me. And she's quite tiny, so they found a tiny guy to go along with her, so he's her height. Now, this is a beautiful homage to a beautiful photo with Coco Chanel and Serge Liffa at the Lido. So all of these dudes coming out with all these models on their, you know, shoulders, carrying them like this. Like all of these Coco minions impersonating Coco from the photo, and they're like all carrying them, and the chicks are all like, oh my god, stop it, put me down. Ooh, okay, let's talk later. He's like, okay, bye. She's like, and yeah, so they're all carried on their, you know, shoulders and then dropped like a sack of hot potatoes. And it's all a mess. Carla, look at Carla. Of course, she's so complicated. She's like, don't do that to me. You're mad. She's always been complicated, that Carla. No wonder. Yeah, that's the Coco pose. Some of them really don't feel comfortable in that position. And the guys are like, damn, you're heavier than I thought you were. And then the model's like, it's the pearls. It's the glass pearls. No, it's not me. It's the glass pearls. And there goes our king of Cocoism with his costume jewelry queen by his side. Look how happy he was. Oh, bless him. Rest in peace, Carl. We love you. Look at all these little Cocos running after him. Like little, you know, like little baby ducks that have imprinted on the first person that they see, so they think it's their mom. Oh, and we're done. And check out the inspiration for the piece at the end. There you have it, guys. This is the original, the one and only Coco herself on the shoulders of Serge Lifan. This is the inspiration that was taken for the end of the show in particular, but the whole show was inspired by this vibe and this mood. And again, what do we conclude, as we always do? Look at this, and the second you see this, you know. Coco was already ahead, you know, a bit further on in her age by the time this photo was taken. What do we conclude from this? No matter how young those models are, how well paid they are, how much character they have, nobody wears Chanel like Coco Chanel. Nobody can sell their stuff like Coco Chanel. Nobody can sell Chanel like Chanel can sell Chanel. This feels happy and moody and effervescent and has the character, the charisma, the strength. You know? This one single photo makes everything else pale in comparison. It's incredible. Soak it in. Soak it in, you guys. Okay. You've soaked it in? Okay. So, that was Chanel Spring Summer 1995. What y'all think about it? I like how Carl took inspiration from the real Coco Chanel. Yes. That's cute, right? Says Fire Spawn. Jack says, they should have just had one girl on the shoulders. MK says, Karl Lagerfeld, on the other hand, used to look much, much better in real. He had such a manly square face. Oh, MK, your standards are so funny to me. Oh. Daniel says, how do the men work into it? Are they window dressing or are they workers at Chanel? Not sure. Boy toys, darling. Boy toys. Firespawn, here comes the hunky male models. Oh boy, that lockdown really gets to us, doesn't it? Oh, Debbie says, never-ending collection. Daniel says, I really love this. I thought Claudia's negligee was an evening gown. I'm so dumb about fashion. It could be an evening gown. Sure, why not? This really feels like a full collection. Oh, yeah. Yes. Kira says, oh, wow, dear God, there is more. Candy Fluff. Loved it, says Drew. Oh, hey, Drew. Welcome to the chat, sweetie. Loved it. Jesus says, imagine if they did a show with holograms of Coco wearing the looks. Oh, my God, you guys. Back in the day, they didn't have holograms. In the 90s, Carl was fat, actually, but he lost a lot of weight later on and got skinny again. Yes, he did. In particular, after he lost the love of his life. Apparently to fit into two Dior homme suit. No, there was a deeper reason for it. A lot of solitude and determination to move on. Apparently, right. Oh yeah, I read that already. Okay, you guys. So, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, thumb it up. Thumb up the video. and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today and gain access to extra perks. Join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. On Patreon, become a patron today, gain access to extra perks. Special videos that don't come to YouTube or that come there before they come to YouTube. And your name listed here in the scrolling beauty that is the end credits. Like at the end of every good movie, there's a good credit scroll. And we got a good credit scroll here as well. You as the co-producers of the Fashion Bunker. So thank you to all my members and patrons who have already pledged, and thank you to all my co-reviewers in the chat, in the live chat section today. You were amazing. Thank you guys so much. I hope you've enjoyed this. What is there to say? You know, Carl is the type of person who always moves on. Chanel was too. He didn't like to cling to the past. So it is kind of sad and it's emotional because you see Carl again and you think, oh, he passed away. But he wouldn't want it that way. He would want us to go on. He would want us to live on. It was in his perspective also of the vision of life to just keep going, you know. And don't reminisce too much in the past or of the past. I still do from time to time. I gotta admit, I am a very nostalgic person. So to me, it's also beautiful to kind of swim in the beauty of the past, because this collection is beautiful. Now, even though we're used to a quicker pace, we live in a social media world, everything has to be quick. And because we're not even done with one show and we're already in the next one, and we got to post a selfie and off we go to the next thing. Well, the 90s were different. The 90s actually dedicated time to time. And this is a concept that we're forgetting. What does it even mean to dedicate time to time? Give time the time it needs, because otherwise it bleeds. Little poem there for you. But it's true. It's true. Give time the time it needs, otherwise it bleeds. Well, there you have it. A little poem to conclude this wonderful magic tour back in, or journey or voyage back into Chaneldom of the 90s. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, thumb up this video, and until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.